We're also hearing new questions today about Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's highly charged testimony yesterday about the deadly terror attack on our consulate in Benghazi, Libya, that took the lives of 4 Americans, including our ambassador. Some are suggesting the toughest questions still have yet to be answered or even asked about the deaths of 4 Americans. Despite yesterday's separate hearings with Secretary Clinton, remember she was in the House and the Senate yesterday. Our chief intelligence correspondent, Catherine Herridge, is live today at the State Department. Catherine?
Well, thank you, Megan. A closer review of Secretary Clinton's testimony shows a lack of consistency between her statements, those of Ambassador Susan Rice, the State Department's Charlene Lamb, and what the intelligence community knew at the time of the attack. So let's begin with the attack itself. Yesterday, Clinton cited the Accountability Review Board, or ARB, that investigated Benghazi.
As the ARB makes clear after their months of research, the picture remains still somewhat complicated, and I say that because in the unclassified ARB, it is, I quote, key questions surrounding the identity, actions, and motivations of the perpetrators remain to be determined.
Listen to this interview with the head of the House Intelligence Committee, who was also receiving high-level intelligence briefing like Mrs. Clinton. He told Fox, on September 12th, less than 24 hours after the attack, that it was terrorism.
It was a coordinated military-style, commando-type raid that had both direct fire and indirect fire, military movements involved in it. This was a well-planned, well-targeted event, no doubt about it.
According to a transcript of an October 10th hearing before the House Governmental Affairs Committee, one of Hillary Clinton's subordinates, Charlene Lamb, who was charged with security at the consulate, said they listened to the attack unfold with open lines to the agents on the ground. Yesterday, Mrs. Clinton made no mention of that fact.
At any time, did you see the initial attack on a monitor or the president?
Congressman, there was no monitor. There was no real time. We got the surveillance videos some weeks later. That was the first time we saw any video of the attack.
And while Ambassador Rice told NBC News in December when she withdrew from consideration for Secretary of State, she suggested Mrs. Clinton did not appear on the Sunday shows because of grueling travel. That was not the explanation that was offered yesterday.
I have to confess here in public, going on the Sunday shows is not my favorite thing to do. There are other things I'd prefer to do on Sunday mornings. And, you know, I haven't been on a Sunday show in way over a year.
One of the central questions was not asked yesterday, Megan, and that is, where did the idea for the anti-Islam video come from in the first place? And this may well go down as a very significant missed opportunity into understanding what really happened in the first day after Benghazi.
Absolutely. You listen to these senators, and it was just a statement after statement. It's like you've got the Secretary of State sitting right there. Why don't you ask her something? All right, Catherine, thanks so much.
You're welcome.